Hi, my name is Kevin. My role is advising companies on how they can optimize their logistics network for the future. That means in terms of digitization, in terms of optimization of their operational processes. Prior roles that I've had was head of logistics for Marks and Spencer's, head of central operations for Amazon, and network optimization at both firms. To leverage data, it means finding out what customers want, where they want it, and when they want it. Okay, so as we're moving to Omnichannel, my role is to set up the logistics network to enable Omnichannel. Using customer data, we can then determine what products customers value the most and get it in the places that they are most likely to order that. So that means in terms of the various warehouses or stores, leveraging that data to put the product where it needs to be. It also means in terms of streamlining our SKUs for products that customers really want and getting rid of the ones that customers don't want and removing waste. The transformation has been really focused on getting products closer to the customer, as I say. So that means using our store network to enable customer fulfillment for e-com. Instead of just as a bricks and mortar walk in and collect, using that real estate that is already available to us to bring it online as an extra enablement for processing goods for online fulfillment. So that means using the stock that's available, and we can see as much as 8% improvement in availability by making that stock available, but also being closer to the customer. So speed of service as well as cost to serve dramatically reduces. To make that possible, that means we have to integrate our technologies across our network and prioritize effectively, but also change the org structure so that different areas of the business value both e-com and retail, where they can be quite segmented at the moment. So for us, that means building out our store network so that they can service e-com. At M&S, for example, there was over 500 stores used just for retail and only 2 sheds used for e-commerce. The main goal was bringing in these stores to use them for e-commerce capabilities, starting with click and collect so that these stores could see what products are available in the store for customers ordering online so that we can service out of those stores, and obviously reducing a lot of fulfillment costs by doing that. But going a step further and making these available for home delivery as well. We're then taking that another step further by developing dark stores, micro-fulfillment centers, so that we can more efficiently process products in certain stores with regional coverage. Not only makes it much more cost effective for outbound products to the customer, but as well as returns as well. So that means you could be closer to its final destination and more options for the customer to return products effectively and get quicker refunds. We're seeing a lot of growth at 10% year over year at M&S. To meet that demand, obviously the quick answer and the old way of thinking is to build more warehouses. At over £150 million a warehouse and a 5-year turnaround time, it's a real step function to increase that capacity. So you want to look at more sustainable processes, such as bringing in your store estate that can kind of meet some of that gap. It also adds a lot of flexibility to handle seasonal stresses that you have, such as peak season around Christmas, where demand spikes. That allows you to flex up. We're using these micro-fulfillment centers that will allow us to adapt to meet that demand until we can bring on these further warehouses. Okay, and that also means that we have greater control with smaller adaptations, so we can staff up these micro-fulfillment centers in these peak seasons without needing to fully staff a warehouse that really needs about an 80% demand utilization before you get the efficiency out of the warehouses. The big pain point, number one, is these retail stores are not operations focused stores. So when you go into a warehouse, everyone in that warehouse has an operational mindset. You expect to do the same role all day, every day, and you do it very, very efficiently, and you have a rate in mind, and you're expected to meet that rate. But when you go into a retail store, individuals will be a jack of all trades. They'll do 10 different roles, for example. So when you're told, actually, you're going to do this one role all day, and you have a rate to meet, and that's the expectation, in terms of an individual role, that may not seem significant, but when you scale that up with large volumes, that can be a huge cost difference and quality impact for the customer as well. You have to change that mindset, and that may mean how you hire, retain, guide, monitor. All your mechanisms need to change. In addition, it's the mindset from the leadership perspective, and that's probably where it needs to start in terms of they can be separate functions in terms of operations and logistics and supply chain to your retail side, where the customer that walks in the door is more important than the online customer. When in actuality, a sale is a sale, and they have to be treated as just as important. So you have to get them to align each other, and that org structure can take a little bit of time. The different perspectives of how to solve the same problems, because you're coming from different groups of marketing, technology, startup, and logistics, and they're all wearing a different hat in how they approach it, and where they've seen different aspects of that problem and how they've resolved it. And where we can all work in different silos in our individual functions, it's great to see how everyone's addressing those problems and seeing a different way to solve it, or they've had access to different resources than you may have had. So it's able me to really build up my networks and say, okay, you know what, I'll reach out to you when I have that problem, or I have a great contact that I've seen that is really interested in this issue. So yeah, I'd say different aspects, different knowledge bases, different experiences that you can now leverage to come up with a better solution.